Okay, so now what? What's next? I mean, this is all pretty astounding. And the fact that we were talking about it in terms of, oh, look, we think it's going to happen in 2016, and now in 2017, January of 2017, we're looking at a number of these exponential technologies and saying, you know what? It's no longer the future. The future is now because we've got it. So where does that leave us? In terms of you and I being exponential entrepreneurs, you know, whether that's in our business or whether it's in our personal lives, however you want to define that for yourself. All right, so how do I or you, or should I, or should you use exponential technology in my plan to create wealth for myself and my family? You know, have you looked at all of this information? Have you looked at these new technologies and thought to yourself, well, you know, Carolita, that's just really great. And it's all very interesting every month when we talk about the new inventions and you know, all of these new pieces of equipment and all these new, quote, toys, unquote. Robert Kiyosaki loves to call them doodads. You know, it's things we spend our money on. Well, so they're not necessarily doodads anymore. How do we incorporate this into our lives, into our plan to create wealth for ourselves and our families? Isn't that the ultimate question? At least for us right here on this webinar today. How does this information contribute to my success or to your success or to the success of your company? Because if we're not moving with the flow, then we're being left behind. We're back there somewhere, wherever it was that we became entrenched. So how does this information contribute to help us be successful? That's kind of an interesting perspective, because let's look at all the things that we've done. I mean, if you've been participating with me over the last 3 or 4 years, I was so excited not very long ago, right? I think it was the week after New Year's. And hopefully that gentleman is on the line today and is listening. But I believe it was the weekend between right before New Year's. A gentleman emailed me and said, I'm going back through all of the 2012, 2013 webinars. And you said, and he listed off some things, do you still have the handouts for those, or can you provide me with some more information? I can't tell you how thrilled I was to know that a number of you out there do go back and get into your back office and look at the information that's already been provided. Because this information is in the aggregate. By that I mean it builds on each other. What I said to you in 2013 was not just for 2013. That was to help you eliminate your debt. And so I have great expectations that many, many, many of you took all that information that we dealt with for a year or 18 months very seriously in terms of getting your debt load under control. Many of you even emailed me and told me that you had gotten your debt paid off. Wow, did that ever make my heart sing? That's fantastic. A number of you are still working on it, which is just exactly perfect for you because you're paying it off every single month. You're restructuring and you're doing what you need to do to get rid of that debt. We analyzed your finances. We actually created financial statements for our personal lives as well as for our businesses, so that you could analyze exactly what kind of income you have coming in, how often that comes in. Is it weekly? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it once a month? How are you allotting that income? What kind of bills do you have? So we analyzed all of that. And then we created a financial plan so that you could actually take all of that financial information and put it into a workable plan. And it could have been just a small plan that kind of grew as things progressed. Maybe it started out a little bit larger for some of you. Putting your business life on a financial plan was probably a new experience for some of you, but a necessary experience, because you cannot run a business without a financial plan. Then we launched from that into researching wealth strategies and looked at all of the different strategies and the ways to increase income, to develop additional sources of income. And that has continued with all of our planning and putting together a wealth plan that we said would be growing. And that's why we were evaluating the trends. And where are we in 2016? Where are we going in 2017 and beyond? Okay, so we've been doing all of that for 3 years now, however long it's been. Tony Robbins, who has been one of my personal greatest mentors. I've been going to Tony Robbins seminars since 1989 was the first one. Tony did a seminar in Phoenix, Arizona called The Power of Persuasion. And I looked at that title and said, I have no idea what he's going to talk about, but I know I have to be in that room. So I took a day off from work and I drove to Phoenix, and I was in the room with Tony and about 100 other people, because it wasn't a very big seminar. Back then, Tony was doing really small and intimate seminars. But there were about 100 of us in the room. We were there for 14 hours straight. We got bathroom breaks and water breaks, and that was it. I didn't eat dinner until I was out of there, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I thought, oh, I've got to have something to eat before I get in the car and drive home, because it was a 2-hour drive to get home again. So, I've traveled that road with Tony for a long time, and one of the things that he always says is that success leaves clues. But you've got to be willing to look for the clues. And you need to know what success means to you personally. Because it doesn't mean the same thing to each one of us. We all define our lives in different ways, and we define success differently for each of us. We did a number of exercises a long time ago about what success means to you and how you define that. And maybe you would like to go back at this point and take another look at that, because it's really important to go back, pull that information out, look at the plan you put together on how you define that for yourselves or for your business, for your families. Because it may be time to restructure that in some way. You've done an awful lot of growing and expanding over these last few years. You're not the same person today, just like I'm not the same person today that we were 3 or 4 years ago. Life happens. Success many times comes and goes. But we need to know what that is in our lives so that we can define that in a way that's not only creative, but useful and instructive, and moves us from point A to point B to point C to point Z and beyond, okay? It needs to be working in our lives. So if we're going to take a 30,000-foot view of things, you know, which is all we're really going to have time to do today, and I'm only even going to cover one facet of the whole subject. We'll be looking at this probably for one or two more times because it's so enormous. There's so much to tell you. There's so much for us to look at. So many case studies for us to look at. So if we take a 30,000-foot view, if we're literally standing on the shoulders of giants, what is it that we see? You know, what clues can we learn from the giants? If we're looking down on things and getting the bird's eye view of it all, what is it that the giants in the industries are telling us? What clues are they leaving? What you know, following the breadcrumbs, so to speak. Picking up the breadcrumbs, and where is that going to lead us personally and in our businesses? Because there are clues everywhere that are very instructive and very useful. They'll be instructive and useful to each one of us in a different way, more than likely. But that's okay. Because we're all individuals. We're all different. We're all unique. The first clue is your health. I see some of you out there rolling your eyes. Don't roll your eyes at me, because being healthy is both an art and a science. I found that out personally the hard way, because I've been in a couple of accidents. And the healing process is not something to be ignored. I know that when I was young and when, you know, from the time that I was a kid and growing up, and my family always said, well, wait until this happens to you, or wait until that happens to you, or, you know, wait until you're not young and healthy and vigorous and energetic. And I thought to myself, it will never happen because I'm invincible. And it's that spirit of invincibility that literally carries all of us from one day to the next. You know, we don't dwell on the horrible things that can happen. We dwell on the fact that we are invincible and we can go forth and do great things. But at some point, as a baby boomer, and I admit to the fact that I'm a baby boomer, at some point as a baby boomer, you look at what's going on in your body and what's going on in your personal life and where you're going to focus your energies and your time and your effort and your finances. And you say, you know what? And this is what the clues are telling us, because all of the people that I have researched, every single one of them, without exception, all of them have said, without health, you can't do any of these other things, or you can't do them, all these other things that you want to do as quickly or as easily. So study what makes you healthy. Learn about what it is that you need to do to keep your body and your mind and your environment healthy. And then practice it. It's not just book learning. It's not just watching something on the internet. It's applying it. It's implementing it. You know, people say to me all the time in business, well, Carolita, that's just fine. You know, like I sent a laundry list the other day to a client of things that they needed to start considering with regard to a certain business deal overseas. And I listed out just 4 things. There were more, believe me, I could have done more, but I thought, no, we're going to start with these 4, because Implementation is the secret. So, with regard to being healthy, mind, body, and spirit, that's something that you need to study. You need to spend time at. You need to learn it, integrate it into yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Practice it. Looking at good nutrition. You know, there are a lot of things that constitute nutrition. Depending on the location on this planet where you live. I mean, nutrition varies from one location to another. But one of the things that we do know that research has borne out is that eating fresh organic food will help you to maintain optimum wealth, optimum health, optimum mental acuity. And it will keep your environment clean. Drinking lots of water. Some people say, well, I don't like to drink water. Well, and a number of people on the planet don't have good, clean water to drink, which is another thing that, you know, we're working on as a global community. But it's vitally important to the health of your body to be drinking a lot of good, clean, pure water. Eating fresh, whole foods, organic foods. And that means good nutrition, not stocking up on carbs all the time. There's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. I love carbohydrates. You know, if any of you know, I know everybody in the United States knows who Oprah Winfrey is. And I assume that many of you around the world know the name Oprah Winfrey. She's on TV now almost every single day because she's been on Weight Watchers, which is a type of a diet. And she said she refuses to give up eating bread. Well, you know, the big advertisement is, I love bread. This is Oprah. I'm imitating Oprah. I love bread. Well, Carolita loves bread too. But I don't eat the same bread today that I ate even a year ago or 5 years ago, because I'm now eating organic bread. I'm now eating sprouted bread. I'm eating gluten-free bread. So, you know, you need to pay attention to good nutrition for you. The other thing that all of the experts and all of the giants tell us is that we have to have quiet time for ourselves. We cannot be perpetual motion machines. Going 24/7, 365. Our bodies are not built for that. We have to have quiet time. Our bodies have to regenerate. They have to heal themselves, and the body does heal itself if you give it the time to do that. If you're pushing it and stressing it all the time, then the body eventually will break down. So plan some time into your daily schedule, whether it's just to sit quietly, whether it's to meditate or pray, whatever that means for you. Give that gift to yourself, because that's where your ingenuity comes from. It's in those moments of quiet and solitude that we discover our creativity, that we discover our self-worth and our self-esteem, you know, that we discover who we really are. Get plenty of sleep. Oh, I'm talking to myself here. I'm the world's greatest at working all night. I'm a night owl. I would much rather sleep all day and work all night. That's just, it seems to be how my biorhythms work. And I know there are a lot of scientists who would disagree with me on that. Tell me that I need to go to bed with the chickens and get up with the chickens at dawn. Well, we all have our cycles, But whenever you sleep, get a lot of uninterrupted and restful sleep. You know, preferably in a dark room that's got, if it's not dark when you're sleeping, if you do have to sleep in the day, if you work shifts, for example, and you work a night shift and you have to sleep during the day, then get a sleeping mask to put over your eyes to create darkness, or put up blackout curtains in the room or shutters so that you sleep in a dark environment, because that's when the body regenerates. Exercise at least 3 times a week. I think everybody should exercise at least 30 minutes a day. And if you can do more than that, then for heaven's sakes, do an hour a day. The secret, of course, is what kind of exercise is good for your body. Some people don't like exercising. I mean, literally, they don't. Just like some people don't like drinking water, because we're all individuals. So figure out what is the right exercise for you. Is it stretching exercises? Is it bodybuilding exercises? Are you just wanting to tone the muscles and keep your flexibility going and in flow? Do yoga. Yoga is great. And if it's not yoga, it could be dance. All different forms of dance. It doesn't have to be ballet, although I love ballet. It can be any kind of dance. Just keep the body moving. Doing Tai Chi, doing Qigong, whatever it is, keep the body moving, in flow, in motion, in keeping your flexibility in place. Don't let those joints and muscles get atrophied. Participate in sports. Oh, and my goodness, there are all kinds of sports. I mean, you name it, whatever it is for you. And practice breathing deeply. Now, when we do aerobics and so forth, that does help us to breathe deeply. It does help us to intake more oxygen. The greatest healer in the world is oxygen. Oxygen heals your body faster than anything else. Any drugs, any modalities, whatever it is. Oxygen is the greatest healer. It's also the greatest detoxifier. Detox your body on a regular basis. If what you're putting into your body is clogging up your liver and clogging up your gallbladder and clogging up your heart, I mean, if you're really into foods that create plaque in your veins, then do yourself a favor, give yourself the gift, and start researching ways to detoxify your body. And do deep breathing, because again, deep breathing goes with this whole relaxation and helping put mind, body, and spirit together in one piece. So breathe deeply, bring in that oxygen, detoxify. Mindset is everything. It pervades all of these healthy things that we're talking about. You've got to have a mindset for good nutrition. You've got to have a mindset for having a healthy body, for doing activity, for getting exercise. You have to have a mindset for all of that. Mindset pervades everything. Having a healthy mindset is really important. So let go of the worry. Let go of the doubt and all the negative thoughts that you think about yourself and the negative thoughts that you think about other people. I think in the very first year that I was doing these webinars, I talked to you a lot about letting go. Because until you can let go of all of the things that are blocking your path, we create roadblocks for ourselves. I went back and pulled up, I call it the list of S words. S, as in Samuel, beginning. The S words like stress, sacrifice, Suffering. Oh my goodness, how we all hang on to our suffering. Self-sabotage. How many times do you find yourself sabotaging you? It's not somebody else trying to sabotage you, it's you trying to sabotage you. And sorrow. You know, we all go through periods in our lives where sorrowful things happen. But sorrow creates a roadblock, and if we hang on to it long enough, it will create an unhealthy environment in our body. So look at the ways that you can let go of all of this emotional stuff. You don't need it. You know, do EFT, which is tapping. Do the Sedona method. Meditation is all about just letting go of all of that. Get into a meditation group. Believe it or not, I find this very interesting because, you know, there are a lot of lawyer jokes floating around. And having been in the field of law for as many years as I have, and having blonde hair, I've heard every blonde joke and I've heard every lawyer joke that I think exists on the planet. But believe it or not, the Arizona Bar Association, which is a mandatory organization that all lawyers have to belong to if you're going to practice law in the state of Arizona in the United States. The Arizona Bar Association is now running meditation classes for lawyers, and they're free. They don't even charge us for them, because here's the key, and this is true of a number of professions, not just the legal profession. Because of the amount of stress involved with doing jobs in the legal profession, the suicide rate and the drug abuse rate are dramatically high. Dramatically high. So the state bar has finally gotten wise to the idea that training people in how to file documents with the court, or techniques to use in litigating, or learning the rules of evidence, or learning contract law, or learning tort law. You know, that's just fine. We need those skills and we need to have those abilities. But the other thing that we need is that we need to let go of all of the emotional trauma and the emotional thoughts and the back talking to ourselves and the ugly things we say to ourselves and the ugly things we say or think about others. We need to let go of all of that, because that creates huge roadblocks to being healthy. I know I need to hurry up here. I get so excited about this subject because it's so near and dear to my heart. Who needs enemies if you are your own worst enemy? And that's what I mean about saying ugly things about yourself to yourself. Be your own best friend. Love yourself. You don't want to be your own worst enemy. Peter Diamandis, who I really respect, he's an author. He's written 2 #1 best-selling books. The first book was called Abundance. The second book is called Bold, B-O-L-D. He's really into exponential entrepreneurship. He's one of the co-founders of Singularity University. For those of you in Germany, last year, Singularity University even had a 3-day conference in Germany. You know, this guy, he's just a mega entrepreneur. He has been an original investor in all kinds of companies that I could name that you would know instantly. He's a good friend of Elon Musk and that whole group of mega exponential entrepreneurs that live in Silicon Valley in the United States. He says exponential entrepreneurs have a massively transformative purpose. He calls it MTP. And he says we take that MTP, and that's what launches us through adversity. It launches us through whatever the trials and tribulations are in terms of building our businesses and building our wealth and building our health. It's that massively transformative purpose. So go back and look at what your purpose is. What did you identify when we were doing all of that work as your mission, as your purpose? We wrote it all down. You've got documents. And if you don't find them, you can go into your back office, because I gave you all kinds of handouts that are in the back office, and you can pull those down and just redo. It won't hurt you to redo those exercises, because now you will have new frameworks to put that in. Take time off and have fun. We cannot be serious all of the time. There has to be fun and levity. We have to laugh. Laughter is another thing that's good for the soul. It's good for your health. You know, your friends love to be around people who laugh and have a good time. One thing that I've learned that I share with you is don't look at your emails before you go to bed. If I make the mistake of doing that, then I'm up for another 3 or 4 hours working. So don't look at your emails before you go to bed. And the other thing that I find very, very helpful is drink some hot tea before bedtime. It relaxes you. It gives you a space, a little bit of time to kind of just come down from whatever the day's activities are. You know, drink, well, I'm a big organic fan, so drink organic tea, but drink organic chamomile or organic peppermint, organic green tea. These teas have a calming effect on the body and on the mind. There's even a product which we have in the United States, and I know that you all have versions of it. It's a magnesium product. It's got magnesium in it because magnesium is so good at relaxing the muscles in your body. And I make it with hot water. You know, I dissolve crystals in hot water. And a lot of times I drink that before I go to bed. I call it my comfort drink because it relaxes me. It feels warm inside my body, and it's comfortable, and it gives me comfort. But it helps you to relax, and that means it helps you to sleep better. Practice random acts of kindness. Start with yourself. Be kind to yourself, which goes back to having a positive attitude. Mindset is everything. You know, make it part of your belief system that you are worthy of being kind to you. You deserve to be kind to yourself and to have others be kind to you. And you be kind to others. Just do nice things for people out of the ordinary, just unexpectedly. It makes you feel good, and it certainly is helpful and makes the other person feel wonderful. Practice mindfulness. And by mindfulness, I mean paying attention to how you feel, paying attention to what's going on in your mind, in your thoughts, in your beliefs, paying attention to what's going on in your body. You know, is your stomach upset? Do you feel okay inside? Do you feel flexible? Are your muscles too tight? Are they hurting? So be mindful. Be mindful about your environment and the environment that you've created around you. Is it a peaceful environment that's conducive to good work, to sharp thinking, to being creative? Or is it hectic and filled with a lot of loud noises? You know, create an environment that's beneficial. Be peaceful in yourself. I guess that's the greatest lesson that all of us have to learn. It's not that I can bestow peace upon you, or that anybody can bestow peace upon you or make you peaceful. That's something that we do for ourselves. And it's so important to our general well-being. It's so important to our health. And it is one of the things that the giants that we're standing on the shoulders of have all said. You have to find peace within. When you are healthy, your mind is sharp and clear. Your creativity is flowing. You know, I've told you to get a notebook. Somebody actually gave me a notebook for Christmas. I just loved it. I've preached this to my friends and my clients to the point that now they're giving me notebooks. And on the outside of the notebook in big gold letters, your idea book, your idea and intention book. So write down all this creativity while it's flowing in. Keep a little notepad or something beside you. You know, when you are healthy, you wake up feeling energized. You go through the day being energized and being excited about your life, being excited about the activities that you're involved in and what's going on around you and the people that you're with. That's the essence of good health. You have to practice it. You have to be mindful of it. You have to pay attention to it. It's not like somebody's going to hit you in the head with a 2x4 and say, boom, here it is. Now you're healthy. So keep a journal. Here's your project for the coming month. We'll be looking at this when we meet again next month on this webinar. Keep a journal of your health activities. You know, you can't probably start with all of those. Start small. If you're not already doing a number of these, and I know that a number of you, many of you, already are. But start keeping track of it. That's another thing that Tony said. How do you know you're winning if you're not keeping score? So keep a journal and keep track of what you're doing. You know, write down each activity that makes, and how that activity makes you feel. Write down what foods you're eating and whether they make you feel good when you eat it or whether you get a stomachache after you've eaten it. You know, one of the things I discovered was I can't eat a lot of gluten anymore. My body doesn't process gluten and it gets in my joints and my muscles and it starts aching and it makes me tight. So I've had to find other ways to eat the foods I love without eating a lot of gluten. Things like that make a difference, a huge difference. How much time, write it down. How much time do you spend exercising? How much sleep do you get? How much time do you spend having fun? So keep your journal. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me, which a number of you do, oliveros@flash.net, or go to my website, www.Carolita Oliveros, my first name and my last name, all one word, no spaces, .com. There's a little function on my website which will allow you to send me a message. And as soon as you send me a message, I'll respond to you. So let me know how you're doing with this, because it's just like your financial plan. It's just like you're pulling your financial statements together. You know, we need to pull our health statement together, because if we're really going to move forward with intention, with energy, with purpose, then we have got to be in a good state of health. We've got to have a clear mind, and we've got to be focused. And the only way you can do that is to be as healthy as you can be. So please get back to me and let me know how you're doing with that. And as always, it's been my complete pleasure and my honor to be able to join you again today for an hour. I guess I went over a little bit and I apologize for that. I just get so wound up about this. So have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, wherever you are in the world. And I'll look forward to seeing you in a month.
Well, Carolita, thank you for that wonderful presentation. There's so many nuggets that one could take away from that. I really love the term disruptive technologies, and truly we're going to see a lot more of this moving forward, especially during 2017. So my golden nugget taken away from that is, so disruptive technology is not so disruptive to myself. You can actually take a win situation by being engaged in it, by being involved in it. So it's important to be in synergy with these particular trends. I really liked also, Carolita, that you spoke about health and well-being, because really here we are focused on wealth and wealth preservation, and quite often we lack our own personal issues. And of course, what's the point of having great wealth if you're full of arthritis and can't enjoy the joys of getting into your Ferrari or doing the things that you like to actually do? So I think this is very important for calmness of mind, for clear thinking, for the happiness of life, complete fulfillment. It's a really great way to start off 2017, Carolita. So thank you so much. We have gone over a bit of time, but again, Carolita's given you her contact details. If you have any questions, she is very open and loves to hear from you. You're most welcome to reach out to Carolita, and we'll be looking forward to our next call next month with you. So good night, Carolita, and thank you for everyone joining us from many parts of the world.
There you go, guys. Let me just come back live myself. Bear with me. There you go. How's everyone doing? I'm going to be off to the gym shortly, and probably be back online from about 9:30, 10 o'clock onwards. That was one of the, let me just log into my back office, everyone, okay? And show you what's going on here within Swissco Global from a training educational point of view. Hope I don't get any problems logging in. I had a few problems with my cookies and cache earlier on. So there you go, I'm logged in. Let me go, there we go. I'm on the home page now, guys, within Swissco Global, okay? And as you can see, that was a live webcast from Carolita Oliveros, okay? So she's linked to, works very closely with Robert Kiyosaki, one of my favorite books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The quality key speakers within the back office of Swissco Global. Let me just show you the some of the others here. As you can see, Bob Proctor, top mentor coach in his 80s now, a well-respected guy within the within this industry. He's a part of and back in the Swissco Global brand. Okay, so this is all in the back office. You can Google Bob Proctor at any time on YouTube and see what he's up to. And as you can see, there was Carolita there, Oliveros. She was just speaking, international business consultant and attorney. James Rickards. You Google James Rickards. He's a well-respected guy with regards to gold and silver. So all kinds of top mentors and coaches here in the back office, okay, of Swissco Global. So you get this as part of your savings plan. Decide to save in gold, silver, or Bitcoin, and you just get this as part of that package in your back office. Let me just show you where my account stands right now as we speak. My crypto, okay. I'm about to buy some more hashing power. I'm waiting for the live feed to come on where you can order directly with Bitcoin. That should be in a few days' time. Let me just check the chat, guys, just 2 seconds. Just bear with me. So I've been with Swissco Global now since September last year. Didn't really start to push it that in September, October, November. It's only been the last sort of couple of weeks that I've started to take this now to the next level, okay? Hey guys, hi Vale, hi, thanks for attending. You see Tony, Vala, hi Mohammed. Thanks for attending, guys. I just did this on the spur of the moment, live feeded this educational seminar then, just at short notice, okay? So I didn't actually plan on sending an email out about this. I just switched the live button as it came live. You can see I got 19.58 terahash. I actually bought a 15 terahash package for $1,950. 4.5 terahash free, basically, through bringing other people into the team. Okay. If I click on transaction history, as you can see, keep an eye on this number. As you can see, these are all the people that I brought in. I've earned bonuses on, affiliate commissions on within compensation power or hashing power, whatever you want to call it. Okay, lots of different names for that. Bitcoin mining power. As you can see, I've got 62 now, so this is really starting to take shape. To me, guys, is to bring hundreds and hundreds of people into this, basically on a $30 package. Okay, that's all I'm looking to do. If I click on the increase hash rate here, as you can see, you can start this with as little as $30. So all my plan is just to bring people in, dip their toe in, pay the $30, set up a free account. You have to qualify for KYC, which is Know Your Customer. That involves uploading a passport or a driver license or some form of ID. And a credit card if you can, which will speed things up. If you haven't got a credit or debit card, you can just leave that blank and then just sign the form, upload the form with your driver license and passport, get that off to head office on the email support address, get yourself KYC approved. Then you can start buying some Bitcoin mining power as well as gold and silver, starting as little as $30. So if you want to come up to start putting a bit more in, and you're looking to spend $1,000 plus, then I would go for the 1,950 package. Okay, it gives you 13 terahash, but it actually gives you an extra 2 terahash for free. So you got a discount rate there. I would actually go for that package if you can afford it. I've got one of these, and I'm about to buy another 4. So my input into this is going to be around about $10,000. Okay. It tells you on the dashboard here that I've got 19.58 terahash. And my estimated daily payout is around about $5.78. That can sometimes go to $6, $7, and sometimes drop back to about $4. Depends on the mining on that particular day. But like I said, guys, this is a lifetime Bitcoin mining package. This is going to pay me this for life. So just say on this example here, £5.78. That's nearly six pounds. So every 5 days, 5 times 6, say every 5 days, that's $30 in commissions. In Bitcoin mining power rather. So every 5 days I can go in there and buy another mining pack for $30. Okay, so that's what I'm looking to do, and that's what they call the compound effect. Okay, so I'm earning $5.78 a day. Every 5 days, when that hits $30 in my Bitcoin wallet, okay, as you can see, this is where you put your Bitcoin wallet address here. I'll then go into increase hash rate, and I'll buy $30 every 5 days on this example. So I'll just click that, $30. Okay, and in the next couple of days, there's going to be another tag here, a Bitcoin tag where you can pay by Bitcoin. And what I will do then, let me just show you my blockchain wallet. Make sure you've got a blockchain account set up. If you're new to this, guys, blockchain is a Bitcoin wallet address, blockchain.info, and set up like setting up a PayPal account, very simple. As you can see, I got 255 Bitcoins right now. That's worth about $258,000. Okay, 255 Bitcoins. So what I do then, guys, every time my account grows to $30, in a couple of days' time, this is more or less 99% guarantee, we're going to see a Bitcoin tab here. So what I'm going to do then, I'll click on Bitcoin, click on the terms and conditions, click on confirm. That will then take me then into my blockchain wallet where I can purchase another Bitcoin mining pack for $30. My plan is to do that consistently every couple of days, and then increase this terahash hash rate into the hundreds, and hopefully one day into the thousands. Okay, so that's my plan. Like we acquire and buy ad packs. My plan is to let's make a nice figure. Like we got 1,000 ad packs in FutureNet, for example, in Future Ad Pro. Let's make this a nice strong figure of 1,000 terahash. Okay, that's my plan to hit that. I haven't actually worked that out in money, but let me just do that while we're live. 1,000 terahash. How much would that cost? 15 terahash is 1,950. That would be 66 of those. So 66 times 1950. Just working out roughly. That will give me $129,999 worth of Bitcoin mining power. Just divide that by 365. That would give me around $356 a day. Okay, so my plan is to get this up to around about up to $1,000, up to 1,000 terahash. That would pay me around about $350 odd a day, and that is on today's Bitcoin value of around about $900. Okay, $892 rather. So as the Bitcoin value increases, obviously my daily earnings are going to increase as well. Okay, so that's very powerful. Okay, very, very powerful from a Bitcoin mining point of view. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, so it's going to take time to build. But don't forget, Swiss Gold is an 8-year-old company, mass credibility, and we've collaborated and connected up with a company called Genesis Mining. I'd say what the #1 Bitcoin mining company. So two great companies that we were working with. I'm looking to meet the owners of both the companies, the 3 CEOs within Genesis, and the CEO of Swiss Gold Global out in Munich at some point very, very soon. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. My plan is to get out to Munich and meet up with these guys. That will add a lot of credibility to what I'm doing. Perhaps get a few photographs done, and hopefully a video at the same time to show everyone that this is for real and is what is actually happening. Okay. Let me just check in the chat here, guys. Just bear with me. So, and don't forget, guys, make sure you got one of these. Okay. This is what they call a Trezor, Trezor. This is for protecting your Bitcoins. You can take your Bitcoins offline. So rather, as you can see, I've still got my Bitcoins online. I'm in the process of moving these Bitcoins one by one, just for marketing purposes as well, and as a test. And I'll be moving all my Bitcoins over to this, and this will be not stored at my home. This will be in a private lockup somewhere else, just in case, you know, guys. Got to be very careful. Like $228,000 in Bitcoin, my back pocket. This is going to be locked away in a safe somewhere, not at my home, obviously. In a private lockup. So Bitcoin's well protected offline and in a secure place. Okay. Let me just check the chat here on Facebook. See if any questions that come in before I shoot off to the gym. So looking pretty quiet right now. Let me just check some questions here. Oh, hi Matt, how you doing? Question. I spoke to Bill Rowell the other day, the CEO, and yeah, it's not an official event, although we could make it into that. You know, this is a bit of a free for all. Why not? If we got enough people to go out there, a bit of a private small event. But it's mainly for, I'd say, the pioneers, the people that are in very early days within Swiss Gold Global. There's no what's the word? There's no big leaders in it as of yet. You know, I don't class myself as a big massive leader. It's still very early days. A lot of people are stuck in other businesses, for whatever reason. A lot of people are stuck on the fence with other things. They haven't really woken up. They haven't really woken up to the fact of how powerful this potentially could be. You know, Bitcoin mining, gold and silver, all in one platform. Currencies come on board very soon. So a lot of people are still asleep in regards to this. So yeah, it'll be a very private event, I'd say. And I think it'd be better that way. Get out there and we can brush shoulders and get right up close to these guys in Genesis of Swiss Gold. I'll meet up with Claudia as well, who lives in Germany, the top lady who's been in the company for 8 years since the beginning. So it'll be great to meet these people, to obviously make sure it's all for real. Obviously it is for real, but just so it helps prove some points then to other people out there, you know. So yeah, I'm looking just to go up there for, so I don't know, 2 or 3 nights, take a look. Obviously I've never been to Germany, so have a few beers, spend some time with everyone, have some, you know, and let's see how it goes. If we can get 5, 6, or even 10 of us out there plus, it could turn into a little mini event. But it's a bit of a free for all right now. I'll keep you up to date on that, Matt. Okay, not a problem there. So that is the plan there, guys. Okay, let me just share my back office right now. On the home page here, my business center, my dashboard. There you go. I've got $817 commissions have come in the last 11 days, which is nice. Just $56 has come in today, as you can see. To withdraw right now is $363. I can withdraw that, request that straight away to my PayPal, guys. To PayPal. How many companies do you know out there where you can actually withdraw to PayPal? And we've had that relationship with PayPal. Okay, or I can withdraw to my bank account, or I can use this money to buy other packs, other mining ad packs, Bitcoin mining packs, or I can use this as a gift certificate for my people in my team. I can buy gold or silver with this. I can buy Bitcoin mining packs, gold or silver, or gift certificates. Okay, lots of options there. Or I can even go into the back office here on my precious metals, as you can see. Okay, my precious metals. Going on here, my precious metals account. As you can see, I think gold is on the left. Fairly new to this. Yeah, gold is on the left. Okay, silver's on the right. I haven't got any gold right now because I'm concentrating more on silver and Bitcoin right now. I've already got a lot of gold on another platform, which I've been acquiring over the last couple of years anyway. I'm a big fan of gold anyway, but I have been acquiring gold on another platform, but which is not as good, sadly, as Swiss Gold Global. But that's too late now that gold is already there, stuck on the other platform, you know. But my plan is to grow my silver account in Bitcoin. As you can see, I got 2,655 troy ounce grams of silver, which has got a value of $1,466. Okay, so that's available. That's in silver. That's there. I'm just going to forget about it. I think silver is going to go up 2 or 3, 4, even 10 times over the next couple of years. So I'll just leave that silver there and leave that grow. As my commissions come in, I may buy more silver. I may buy more Bitcoin. I may withdraw. I may even start to buy some more gold again. But that's my choice. Okay. If I want to come into back onto my precious metals again, you okay? Come down to precious metals catalog here, okay? This is more of a specialized ordering system where you can basically, if I want to buy, say I want to buy a 1 gram of gold for somebody as a present, and have it sort of gift wrapped. You pay a little bit more for that, but these are nice little presents, guys, for family members. You pay in the lowest price possible. I challenge you to get any cheaper than this per gram, $38.8 per gram, okay? I challenge you to find a better price than that online. I've already done that. You can do that and get it gift wrapped. But what I'm going to do, I hope my missus is not watching, but Valentine's Day is coming up. Precious metals. I'm going to buy this for her, okay? Which is 5 grams of gold. You have to pay a little bit of a fee to get it made and designed. But let me click on this. It's a nice little gold, 5 grams, obviously 24 karat, 999.9 gold kidney bar heart. Okay, so top quality. You may pick up in a jeweler's, you know, like a 9 carat or 14 carat, which you take back a couple of months later or a few years later, and it's worth less than what you pay for it. gold year, decides to take it back in 4 or 5 years' time, she's going to get more than what I actually pay for it. So this is real gold around your neck. So that's my plan to get that made. 5 grams of that. I'm in the process of making that order right now as we speak. So I can use my commissions to buy this gold. Okay. Pendant there. Nice little gift for your missus. Let me just come back onto the chat here. Okay, so let me just check there's no more questions before I shoot off to the gym. It's 6:30. I do need to get going. I'm running late. I'll get there for the 7 o'clock session. Matt, yeah, Swiss Gold Global are trusted by PayPal. They certainly are. You can actually deposit from PayPal directly into Swiss Gold Global's account as well, and you can withdraw to PayPal. Not a problem at all. And certainly great for a pension, as Matt is saying. Yeah, I'm in this for the long term. All these altcoins, Bitcoins, I'm just in it for the long term. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not some money game where you put your money in today and you're going to get a return. It's okay. This is going to take time to build. But this is not just a pension as well. This is what I'd say is a protection, a wealth protection, a money protection, okay? The bank, which could potentially be dangerous. You could lose it. You're losing it with inflation, that's for sure. I would certainly look to convert most of your currency. But I've got all my currency. I don't keep any money in the bank except for my mortgage and some bills. Everything's in gold and silver, Bitcoin, and a number of other different alternative coins, okay? So, yeah, guys, I really suggest take a look at this company. This gets my #1 thumbs up. And I've qualified as a manager. In fact, I've qualified as the next one up again, I think, which is team leader. So I'm going through the ranks here. So really looking forward to taking this to the next level and showing you my results, okay? So give me a ring anytime, guys, if you need any help setting up an account. Set up a free account for now, I would, and dip your toe in. Start with $30 as a customer. And then if you want to build a team, just upgrade to the affiliate package, you know. There's no rush. Yes, Matt. I don't think I'm doing a webinar tonight. I think, unless I got my days and times wrong, tomorrow night. So on and off for the rest of the night. Tomorrow night, I'll do a webinar at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Thursday night. What are we now, Wednesday? Yeah, so yeah, we can go through that tomorrow night, the affiliate package for well, but basically, if you want to dip your toe in, I would just say come in on the $249 one time, and then $50 a month, okay? Silver with the 249, it's only really costing you $197, and then every month you pay $50. You get $13 of silver every month, $37 a month in overheads, which pays up the team, keeps the company profitable. 4 or 5 people to break even and actually get into profit, okay? All your gold and silver is coming in for free then. So keep it simple, $50 a month, bring on 5 people, profit, okay? That's the easy way to do it. So I'll catch up with you later, guys. Thanks for attending, and right for the 9 o'clock webinar. I may do a quick update tomorrow afternoon if I haven't got much on, but I'll catch up with you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock for my next webinar. Okay, thanks everyone.